Okay, let's figure out some different things. So now I presented my sets in a Venn diagram form. So anything in the circle B is in the set B, anything in the circle A is in the set A, and then anything outside of those, and anything in the square U, which would include everything, is the universe. Okay, so let's take an example. Let's first identify what U is. Well, U would be all these letters, wouldn't it? It's everything inside the big square, which includes the things in A and B and the things outside A and B. So this would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and Z. Okay, that's the universe. Okay, so now let's try. What's A intersected with B? Remember, that's all the things in A and B, so it's all the things in common. Well, wouldn't that be all the things in this region right here? That's all the things in common, right? So A intersect B would just be the elements D and C. Okay. What would A union B be? Well, that'd be all the things in A or B. So that's all the things in this whole region, any of those letters. So that would be A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, because we're just, my wife's getting married and I'm getting married. We're all bringing our stuff into the same house, and now we've got all that. So now I could mix it up here, and I could go, hey, what is A complement? Well, that's all the things that are in the universe that are not in A. Let's look at that. So basically, I'm going to take all these things in A, and I'm going to take all the stuff outside of that circle. Okay, all the things outside of that circle. So that would be E, E, F, G, H, I, J, and Z. Okay, let's erase. Let's try a couple harder ones now. So I could go something like A complement intersected with B unioned with, well, let's just do that for now. My bad. A complement intersected with B. So let's write that out. So A complement, let's first find that. That'd be all the things outside A, which we just did. E, F, G, H, I, J, and Z. Those are all outside A. I'm going to intersect that with B, which has all the things in the circle B, which includes C and D, right? So if I intersect those, what do those two sets now have in common? Well, it looks like they have in common E. Looks like they have in common F. Looks like they have in common G. They don't have H in common. They don't have I in common. They don't have J in common. They don't have in common Z. So E, F, and G would be my final answer for that one. Hope you guys are kind of getting the hang of how these set operations work. It's important to note that there's 3 different situations that can kind of happen here. Well, there's actually 4 different situations, 4 possible Venn pictures. Okay, and let's just point those out. And one of them is where I have my universe. Okay, and I have one set completely inside of the other. Okay, and this is in a unique situation, and some facts about this would be that B is a subset of A in this case, right? Again, this is my universe. I forgot to write that. B is a subset of A in this case. We also can tell some other interesting facts is that A intersected with B is just B, because the part they have in common is going to be B, because B is completely inside of A. So that's what they have in common. So that's kind of a challenging one to understand, but that is true. We also know, okay, another interesting thing about this case is that A union with B is just A. Because if I take all my stuff, this is all my stuff, and my wife's stuff is all the blue stuff. Make sense? And we put them all in the same house, we really just have the blue stuff, because all of my stuff, the red stuff, is just a repeat of stuff my wife already had because it's inside the set. That's kind of a unique situation with that one. So that's picture one. Picture two, okay, is the one we've been working in, where they kind of have some overlap, but not entirely. Okay, and that's the set, the group we've already been working in. There's really nothing special about this group. The A intersect B is right here in red. So A intersect B is the red region. Okay. And then A union B would be all of them combined. So A union B is the blue region. Okay? So that's picture number two. Another picture which we have not yet encountered of what could happen with two sets is they could be what's called disjoint. They don't have any intersection. They don't touch each other at all. Okay, and these are what we call disjoint sets. Okay, so in this case, an interesting thing about this one is A intersected with B is the empty set. They have no intersection. They don't intersect at all. And then the only other situation that can happen with two different sets working together in a space is I've got my universe, and this is both A and B. And this is the situation when A equals B, when they're actually the same exact set. So those are the four possible Venn diagrams that we might run into, just to make you aware of that. Okay, let's go back to 2.2 and do a couple examples. I have two sets here. The first set is underlined in red. X is the set of all men. Okay, and underlined in blue is another set. X is the set of all humans. So the first set is the set of all men. The second set is the set of all humans. What symbol would go between these? Meaning you have a choice. We have a choice. We can use the subset symbol. Okay, we can use the proper subset symbol. We can use both or neither. Okay, so the question is, which of those will work? Well, the set of all men is definitely a subset of the set of all humans. So I know that I can use this one. That one's okay, because it is a subset. Can I use the proper subset notation? Okay, can I use that one? Well, it can be a proper subset as long as it's not equal to the set of all humans. Well, the set of all men is not equal to the set of all humans, so I can also use this one. Okay, so the answer is going to be both. Both are good. And this one. Okay? Okay, let's look at another problem where I give you two sets. I'm going to give you first the set A. Okay, so let's remember how to read this. This is in Set Builder. X such that X is a natural number and 3 is less than X is less than 10. That means that X is a natural number between 3 and 10. It's a strict less than, which means we can't include 3 or 10. So it'd be, let's rewrite A for a second. This might help to do this for you guys. A would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Isn't that all the natural numbers between 3 and 10? Okay. B now is the set of all natural numbers between 2 and 16. So that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 15, right? I put a couple dots there so I didn't have to write them all, but I can get the idea by doing that, okay? So the question is one of these a subset? So if I do A and B, and I've got to fill in the blank here. Okay, I got to fill in this blank in highlighter. All right, if I fill in that blank, what can I put in there? Well, let's start with the first one. Let's start with a subset. Is it a subset? Well, A is certainly looks like it is contained in B, correct? Okay, so far I can use that one. Check. Okay, so let's take a look at, is it a proper subset? Is it contained in but not equal to? Looks like it is contained in but not equal to. So checking this one, looks like it's a check. So the answer again is both. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, so you got to get acquainted with all this notation. I think you're going to be ready to do this homework. It's not really too bad. There's only one other thing I want to talk about before I sign out. Okay, and this is the difference. So a note you're going to need to recognize that the set 5 is not the same as the element 5. Okay, so let me give you an example of that. If I have a set 1, 3, 5, 9, okay? 5 is an element of that set. Okay? But this is not an element of the set. And the reason why it's not an element is because when I stick these little braces on here, I'm talking about a set now, not an element. So what is this 5 with the braces? Well, the 5 with the braces is a subset of 1, 3, 5, and 9 because I put it in set notation. So I want you to notice the difference between an element where we, right here, where we don't write braces around it, we use the element symbol. But as soon as we put braces around that number 5, it becomes a subset of the larger set. So just be careful, that's a notation thing. Okay, I think you're ready to do the homework. This is a lot of lecture. We will have our Zoom meeting tomorrow at noon. Looking forward to seeing everyone and meeting everyone. We will talk to you soon.